Charlotte. Where you from? Tallahassee, Nashville, Cleveland. You know I love Cleveland, but when we're facing the Warriors, I don't like Cleveland. OC, Orange County. Jake Hart, Massachusetts. Yo, Eric C. Taylor, Detroit, I feel you. Simi Valley. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, goodness, you guys are busted. Ain't no place is Homo Town. That's not even a city, is it?
Homo Town.
I've never heard of that one. Okinawa, Japan, big timer, NY, big timer. I see you, Mexico. All right, so
okay, we're live, everybody.
We're already live. We're even live on YouTube right now.
Live on YouTube.
Okay, everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy Podcast with myself and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stephen Beacham. Oh, I can't see you on this monitor down here.
Is it off?
It looks like it's on. We're gonna get started in just a few. What kicks am I rocking right now? Let me see. What am I wearing today? Oh, gotta go. Jordan Infrareds, yo. Those were actually the very first Jordans I ever bought when I was a kid, the 6s. It was when I was old enough to actually have money saved up that I actually bought a pair. So I never had the 5s because my mom said I couldn't get the 5s because I didn't have the money for the 5s. Never had the 4s either. But the 6s I did. Where's the dude that stole your hoverboard? All right.
Ooh, one of the videos didn't work.
Which one?
Aluminum. That video didn't work for some reason.
Oh, do you want me to send you the link real quick?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Hold up shortly, everybody. We're can I paste it in the document? Or what do you want me to do about it?
Either way, you can chat it to me or
chat it to you.
Paste it in the doc.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Or just put it at the bottom of the doc. It's fine. Hello, everyone.
Here, I'm gonna put it in the right-hand column. There's a thing that says video clips for even though it's not for sound, it's just called video clips, and it's the only clip that's there.
Gotcha.
Who loves bacon? Bacon loves bacon. All right, heart that. Ooh, I love people flowing with the hearts. Follow me. Me too.
Follow me.
Will Tarter, the NBA Finals. It would be interesting if K-Love and Kyrie were playing, so we'll see how that goes this time around. Okay. Friends on YouTube's, friends on live stream, right? We've got YouTubes and live streams.
YouTube and live stream. Hello.
Can I pull up the YouTube page so I can say what's up to the YouTube people?
I will send you a link to it.
Before we get going. People are always like, oh, why does it take the show so... Today, we're going to probably start in like 3-4 minutes, so you guys won't have to wait around too long. We're just getting all of our ducks in a row. If I go to CNET TV's YouTube page, is it up at the top?
It's on the very front page.
Oh, here it is. I see it. Okay. Live. Okay, good. I like that. I dig that. Sign into chat. I want to... Damn it. Sorry, whoops. Language. Where's my Apple Watch? Ben Sides on YouTube. I'm wearing it right now. It's Friday. Hurry up and do your thing. Okay, Nkoom.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me what to do.
6 o'clock on the East Coast.
6 o'clock on the East Coast. Everyone's getting their hot dinner made and everything.
Yeah.
All this duck rowing? All these ducks in a row. Haven't you guys heard that before? What's up with your Apple Watch? What's up with it? Okay.
How are we looking?
We're looking good. I think we're good to go. Are you good to go?
I think my camera's too dark. There we go.
Dude, you were super still and I thought it was frozen. Like I thought it was super frozen.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Stevie Wonder didn't come.
Working.
Wow. Who's this? Paul A10. He's like, nice haircut. Did Stevie Wonder cut it? That's cold. LeBrons or Jordans? Come on, Jordans. But I love me both, but Jordans. Come on, classic designs, timeless. Jordan 3s, 4s, 11s, timeless. LeBrons, maybe the 1s and the 8s are probably the most classic LeBron designs. Yeah. All right, people are like, why are you talking about shoes? Let's talk about Apple. That's why we came here, right?
I'm good to go. You ready?
All right, I'm good to go too. Are you ready for this though?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Because last time you're like, from the top. I heard it. Do I need to write it down for you?
No,
Do I need to write it down
all
for
good.
you? Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Ready?
okay. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. One to black, everybody. From the top of the CBS Interactive building in San Francisco, it's the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy with your host, Brian Tong.
Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the show. We're hitting up episode 6 right now.
6.
6. We've gone 6 deep.
Wow.
People are calling. Like, honestly, we're going to get to your phone lines, but I'm impressed by how many people want to be a part of this show. Lots of calls, right? Steven, you are the one that has to filter through all of them.
Yes, we've had a lot of good calls lately. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. The number, if you guys want to leave a voicemail, we're not going to do live calls just yet. The number is 1-800-616-2638. If you guys want to call us, you want to leave a message.
There it is.
Let's see it right down there. You want to talk about anything? I could eat it. People watching Periscope are like, I can't eat that thing. I don't even know what he's doing. He's just being a clown. So anyways, welcome to the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy. For those of you listening, people are watching at the same time because we post this video as if it's live. We're going to jump into stories. Lots of things going on. Apple's event still unconfirmed by the Big A. September 9th is the expected anticipated date. But we have new news about the products that are going to be involved in the show. First up, iPad Pro. Rumblings were saying we're going to see iPhones, iPads, and Apple TV all together. That seemed like a lot, right, Steven?
That is a lot. It's going to be a very long morning. I'm going to get here at 6 in the morning. I'm going to be here in this room.
6 in the morning.
Probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Ow!
So, news stories have popped up. Multiple websites and app developers, they have their developer logs where they see what type of devices ping their websites. MacRumors.com and a developer called Appsy have seen logs that show devices from Apple, specifically a tablet device, running iOS 9.1 has been pinging their websites as far back as July. Some of the activities started to pick up. But, ladies and gentlemen, iOS 9 isn't even out.
Yeah.
So
what does that mean? Are they going to release the new? They're not going to release the new devices with iOS 9 on it.
Well, this is great because Steven and I, we just come into this and we start talking and flowing. iOS 9.1 appears to be specifically for the iPad, the new iPad Pro, meaning they have to release 9 first. Everything is starting to line up that the iPad Pro running 9.1 will be a separate event and will come later in a later update, as well as still coming this year. But Apple will then it will help them to streamline their focus. iPhones and Apple TV in one event, and then iPad in its own event. The other indications that the iPad is coming later, based on the supply chain from Digitimes, rumors from Ming-Chi Kuo, everyone's favorite rumor/early news reporter, says that the iPads are expected to start manufacturing in late September, early October. Which would then point to a
they always
separate
do the iPad event in October, right?
Wait, they
Usually,
did so
historically,
and that's historically what they've done as a separate event. But people started reporting that they're going to bunch them all 3 together, but that looks like it's not going to be the case. So the other thing that has surfaced is that the iPad Pro looks like it will be getting its own Force Touch enabled stylus. So the stylus will somehow enable these Force Touch actions specific to the iPad.
So they're going in the way of the Microsoft Surface and adding a stylus, which is
I've never heard that before. Never. I think, what we touched upon Force Touch, and we will later in the show, how they're not going to try and drop down all these crazy contextual menus on you, but they will enable you to maybe do things a little faster, a little more efficiently. And then, more than anything, it'll be interesting to see how that stylus really interacts with some of these artistic apps that you use on the iPad tablet.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that I don't know if they're going to add more functionality or if it'll be, a more sensitive tip. But we will see. Why are you laughing about that?
I don't know why I laughed. It just sounded funny
weird
to me.
Apple Analytics also, based on developer logs, show that the iPad Pro resolution that they've shown from their logs, 2732 by 2048, that is what has been rumored. That's what kind of confirmed that this whole device was an iOS 9.1 tablet specifically.
Okay.
That would also, so that's just kind of some more news about the iPad Pro, just to let people know.
That's getting closer to 4K.
It's getting
closer, yeah.
It's getting there. Also, iPhone 6s news really revealed in a triple leak. This comes from carriers in UK, reports in Japan, reports in Germany. The reports are that Apple's iPhone will be available on September the 18th.
September the 18th.
The announcement would be the 9th. Let me look at my calendar here right now. September the 18th would be a Friday, which would make sense. Now, the reason why we all think this is going to happen in the U.S. as well is because all those countries are tier 1 launch countries. What that means is when an iPhone has launched on day 1, it's been on those countries at the same time as the U.S. recently. Therefore, September the 18th, ding, ding, ding. That could be it.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendar. You know, people are already in line right now. They don't. They didn't even.
I hope not. I seriously hope not. Please, guys.
Dude, well, these days, okay, when the first iPhone line started forming in New York, it was an actual guy. It was kind of that big guy with the mustache with the tummy.
Yeah, and then they announced they weren't going to... Oh, no, that was the Apple Watch, that they weren't going to sell it in the store.
They're like, screw lines.
So everyone in the line was like, oh.
Yeah, and then companies started showing up, like, because they knew news stories were being covered. They'd just be like people from a company or squatters wearing branded gear saying...
There'd be a guy in a tent, sponsored.
Did that even help any of those companies get any business at all?
No.
Hell no.
Actually, I think it made people hate those businesses. So it's actually works in the opposite direction.
All right. More iPhone 6s news. This is the hottest news from Unbox Therapy, man. This is a killer story and a killer video if you haven't had a chance to check it out. But we're going to talk about it and show it to you. The iPhone 6s shell actually finally has been bent. So this is the case that Lou from Unbox Therapy had acquired. He finally put it side by side with an iPhone 6 rear case. But this is more than just bending it. First of all, he takes the case and he reveals the metal on it. So the surface of these metals are anodized. And what that does is that, you know, it's kind of that cool layer, that treatment that they put on it, but you've got to get to the actual metal, the actual content. And so they zap it with this device that analyzes the materials in the metal, and then it's that they analyze it. Oh, sorry about that.
The video's loud.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So I should have just said that to you normally, huh? Can you turn down the video? I thought we were like...
I was like, what is your signaling to me?
People wondering what was happening. I just wanted the video to be a little lower volume. So if you're listening, like, wait, what the heck just happened? That's all I did. I'm not going to signal anymore.
And then all I did was go like this. Turn it down.
So they zap these things, and basically the new iPhone case has a higher zinc ratio. There's more zinc actually in the case, primarily aluminum, which leads to the fact that this is definitely aluminum 7000 series aluminum that they're using. When it comes down to the strength of this thing, he put this through a bend test. The original iPhone 6 rear shell bent under 30 pounds of pressure. The iPhone 6s case, the purported one that they believe to have, bent under 80 pounds of pressure.
That's a lot.
That's way more. It's almost 2.5 times more.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty good. So if
strong.
you have it in your butt, you sit down, you're gonna be safe. Because I don't know.
Are you putting 80 pounds of pressure on that with your butt?
I weigh about 200 pounds. I don't think it's 80. I don't think I've had 80 on me.
80. Small traces of zinc. There's no zinc poisoning scare coming if people are worried about that. Yeah. So you could check out the video. Super impressive.
Let me find the part where he actually puts it in. Okay, here we go.
You're gonna listen. You're gonna listen to this part.
Okay, here's where he actually puts. He's putting the. So that's 30 pounds right there.
Both sides on the two obvious weak points, as we've known previously, near the power button, as well as near the volume rocker. We have weakness and we have a bend. A representation of not just the bendability of the material, but also those weak points that I mentioned in the previous video. But what happens if we increase the pressure even more?
So this is the one that made it to 80,
back
right?
At 30
No.
Oh, no, okay.
Okay. So you could just pull out. So that was just the original 6 case got to 30 pounds. Bent it. The other one got to 80 pounds.
I see.
But for people listening, it's kind of hard for people that are listening just to catch up to it. But, you know, it just shows that this is a substantially stronger material. Do I think, you know, people are asking, do I think the upgrade is worth it? Right? Big booty girls can still bend it. You are correct, T-Bone 4030. We got to show love to our periscopers that are hanging out with us. I agree with that. Big booty dudes.
Big booty dudes.
Big booty boos and big booty doos. They can both bend it. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Do I think it's still a worthy upgrade? We don't even know exactly what it is, but I will tell you right now, just as a phone reviewer, if it has enough features that make it different, meaning if it does have Force Touch, if it has a better camera, better processor, I'm lighter in weight but stronger, I'm gonna upgrade mine.
Totally.
You?
I have to at this point because my iPhone 5 is not working for me anymore, man. It's like I think Apple's killing it behind my back, you know, secretly. So.
Bacon Apple is asking, what about an elephant?
An elephant will definitely. Well, didn't
Depends on
Hollywood had a giraffe step on an iPhone. And it was gone. It was dead.
It was devastated.
Yeah,
Okay.
completely.
Well, the screen was probably screwed up, right?
Yeah, definitely broken glass. So I would not get an elephant to step on your phone.
What about a mammoth?
Mammoths are extinct, so that's not going to be possible.
Good to know. My bad. I saw him at the museum. I thought it was like
It was probably dead, right? It was probably a skeleton.
The animatronic was actually not a working mammoth. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it was not real, Brian. As much as you'd like. Well, then the people in Korea are going to clone them, so they will be back.
That's right.
Yeah,
there's a story about that,
Korea,
right?
Yeah, they're gonna clone them in Korea. So expect a woolly mammoth back in the next couple of years.
Okay, good to know. Mark your calendars, everyone. A couple of years. Stephen Beecham said it here first.
We'll do that test when it comes out.
A device that we'll also expect to see here that needs some help, needs a little refreshing. The Apple TV, new survey kind of based on who has what by parkassociates.com. It almost sounds like a public park organization, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Park Associates. They're doing market intelligence. They've been doing it for more than 25 years, according to their website. All right, they did a survey. Check out these results based on set-top box or streaming media device boxes. Roku continues to lead streaming media with 34% of units sold in 2014. Google Chromecast was second with 23%. Amazon overtook Apple. Apple is
shocked by that.
Apple's fourth place.
That's crazy.
Apple is in fourth place.
I mean, I understand Amazon. It makes sense that Amazon would take over because they have the streaming media service.
Yeah.
And Apple doesn't have anything like that other than you have to rent and buy media from Apple.
That's right.
So,
interesting, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I would think the Chromecast would be even higher because it's so cheap, and that's all I use now. Like if I'm going, I switch between my television, my cable, and my Chromecast. That's all I do.
Well, Roku is the one that really kind of. I've always been a big fan of Roku and what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that the numbers kind of bear out, not only in sales, but when you talk about what's being used the most among U.S. broadband households, that's what the survey also measured, that own a streaming device, 37% of Roku devices are the ones actually being used, Chromecast at 19%, Apple jumps up to 17%. So Apple TV is third in usage, but at least fourth in sales for 2014, and Amazon Fire TV at 14%. Now, if you had to guess, which three of those four devices do I own?
All of them.
I said 3 of 4.
Okay, so you have a Roku, you have an Apple TV, and you have the Google, and then you have a Chromecast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You have an Apple TV and a Chromecast.
No.
You have just a Chromecast. You have a Roku?
I have a Roku.
Roku and Chromecast.
Yes, but the Roku is not at my house. The Roku is at my parents' house in Tahoe. Which is awesome.
That's good. That's totally good. All right, so there you go. Just some Apple TV news about how that's broken down. But fourth place in 2014, come out with a new one. Those sales will spike up. I'm very curious about the Apple TV. I really am.
Yeah, I mean, they have to really do something to get all those viewers back because like half the phone calls that we got too were like, what's going to happen with Apple TV? What are we going to hear? You know, everyone wants an upgrade. They all want to know what's going to happen with that.
I will tell people that are watching on Chromecast, my phone's around 8%, so it's probably going to die midstream, just to let you know. I just want to be honest with them.
You can go to my phone.
You want to go to your phone? But then it won't be under Brian Tong.
I only have 17%.
It'll be a totally different stream. So you can watch on live stream or YouTube, but you can't watch on Periscopers. I'm just letting you know. It's going to just... It's going to die.
Yeah.
All right. Also some cool things, accessories. The FCC outed some of the cool new stuff Apple's been working on. A new Magic Mouse and a new wireless keyboard will be coming out sometime in the near future. Okay, we had the Magic Mouse. Guess what? How about you, Beecham? Without looking, what do you think they're going to call the second Magic Mouse? If you had to guess.
The first one was called just the Magic Mouse. That's what it was.
Yes.
The second one will be called the Hocus Pocus Mouse. I have no idea, man.
The Abracadabra.
The Abracadabra. The Magic Mike Mouse.
Oh, I like that. All very excellent ideas. Instead, they report that Apple will be calling it the Magic Mouse 2.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense. Good job, guys.
I'm actually behind the Magic Mike Mouse. Now I don't know what the design would look like. It might change
I'm sure someone could Photoshop us a Magic Mike mouse and send it in.
Yo,
And we will
listeners,
show it on
yeah,
the
we will
show.
show you love if someone can make us a Magic Mike mouse. All right? Just send it to the Apple Byte at CNET.com. That's all you have. The Magic Mike mouse. We'll show you love. I'll also give you a prize. We'll pick the one we like.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, best Magic Mike
Best
mouse.
Magic Mike
We'll get
mouse.
A cool prize.
We'll get a prize from BTZ and Stevie Beezy. I'm going to call you Steve Beezy. Stephen Beecham. And yeah, we're going to do that. All right? Get on that.
Cool.
Cool. Even if, you know what, there's probably right now, there's not, it's early on in our show's life that this is the best chance you have of winning something.
Yes.
You know, you might be that person that has never won a contest. You could win this contest.
Yeah, we have like 10 viewers right now, guys. So 1 in 10 chance you can win.
We have way more than that, just for the record.
Oh yeah, you're right. We do.
I know.
I just looked. Oh my god, now I'm nervous. Just kidding.
Don't get nervous. Okay, let's check out voicemails. We show love to you guys. You show love to us. Before we do this, I just want to remind you the number that you can call us at is 1-800-616-2638. These are voicemails. We're not taking live calls yet, but we want to get you involved. You're a part of the show just as much as we are. So, Steven, I mean, you kind of have them lined up, so
Okay.
I'll just follow your lead.
Here we go. Number 1.
Hey guys, this is Shamar in Atlanta. I just want to know if you guys have heard anything about them doing peer-to-peer payments through Apple Pay originally, and just to see what the progress was on that.
Yeah, so we did talk about this, I think in like maybe the first or second show, that they are planning to do something where you have to bump your phones together, right?
Yeah, so Apple has filed for an actual patent, so it's in the cards of their thinking. It's the right way to think. They haven't revealed if they're going to do anything like that, but the fact that they filed or applied for the patent and it exists pretty much shows that this is something that they're thinking of and it's going to eventually happen.
They got to make it easier though than having to bump with someone's phone.
I mean, you shouldn't even have to bump it. It should just be basically like we've talked about it, Venmo or a PayPal.
Yeah.
You just know someone's email,
Yeah.
call it up, send them the money.
The Apple ID that.
Yeah.
Apple ID me some cash, man.
Mang? That sounds too long. Apple ID me some cash, Mang.
Yo, Apple ID me some Skrill, brah.
Oh, that's a lot of cultures mixed up
Yeah,
in there.
totally, man.
Skrill, brah. So, they are working on it, Shamar, and I just want to say for the record, Shamar actually also was the first voicemail. He likes to be the first caller for all of our live events.
That's right.
He is now the first voicemail caller in the queue. He's going to try and keep that
We gotta
alive.
have him on the show sometime.
He should get some streak award or something like that. He
should be like a guest Skype caller.
Yeah,
or something.
he will. I'm sure he's down for that. All right, next voicemail.
Hey, this is Brian from New Orleans. I know we should find this out in September, but other than the reported Force Touch coming out on the iPhone 6s, I haven't really heard anything else that would make you want to upgrade from an iPhone 6 other than the normal spec upgrades. So just want to get your opinion on if there's really any reason to upgrade if I'm not that interested in Force Touch. Thanks. Bye.
What do you think?
I as a casual consumer, I don't think Force Touch is enough for you to upgrade, but I do think that getting an extra hour battery life, a better camera, those two things, most of the time during the 6S, 5 to 5S, 4 to 4S generation, it was the camera and the speed of the phone that was most compelling.
Yeah, speed.
And
definitely.
also basically where you were on your phone contract. So if you're someone who has a 5S still or a 5,
I'm way out of my
I'm
contract,
not
man.
looking at anyone specifically
way
in this
out.
room.
I'm like a year past my contract.
I'm not looking at anyone specifically in this room. But if you have a 5 or 5S, I think it's a no-brainer to do.
Yeah. I got to do it. My wife is like bugging me too. She's like, we got to go get new phones.
Well, that's actually why you're going to upgrade, because of pressure from the significant other.
For sure.
That's why you're going to upgrade. Okay, I get it. But I think that I don't even think Apple's going to advertise this as get the new phone with Force Touch. I don't think that's a compelling reason to convince the casual general consumer to buy an iPhone. It's going to be about the camera and the speed of the phone and better battery life.
And when you were talking about the new stylus and having Force Touch, I just pictured people like jamming their phones, like breaking their screens with their stylus. So could be a dangerous thing too.
Don't break it like that. So yes, I think depending on where you're on your contract, it's worth it. That is my answer. Okay.
Voicemail number 3.
Trace.
So yeah, this is John from Camden, Georgia, and I was definitely thinking about getting the iPhone 6s and whenever it comes out in a few weeks, or September 26th or whatever. But and I know it's going to have that Force Touch display, but how is that helpful? Like, what type of technology can be used with that Force Touch display? I keep hearing that it's going to be great, but I haven't heard any examples of how that could be useful. So what do you guys think the Force Touch display could be used for? Thank you.
So I think that the Force Touch display can help. I do like the whole shortcut idea. So I don't know if you've heard in past episodes for people that are listening or just listening. Force Touch is going to at least initially be used to shortcut things. For example, hold on the phone icon, and instead of having to go through the menus, it could pull up directly to voicemails. That's cool.
That is cool.
Pull up a map. You find a location instead of, this is if you use Apple Maps, which I know not all of you do, especially in this room. But if you use Apple Maps, you could hold on to the map icon like a destination, and instead of going through multiple steps, it would directly start directions from there. Those are cool things. I think other things that it can come into play is as it gets more comfortable to the user, we'll be using them in apps, maybe even in games. It just adds another function, another piece of functionality to it that I think is going to be cool. In a weird way, I see it, depending on how much pressure it can detect and how accurate it can be, I feel like it's more advantageous actually on an iPad if it could do some cool things artistically.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like artists already use iPad
Yep.
like to make really incredible art. Being able to have the stylus and Force Touch, I'm sure that they will just
Whole new level of
Yeah.
control.
totally new level.
Next level control. How many times have we seen that on a marketing billboard?
Next level.
All right, let's go to the next phone call.
Next phone call number 4.
Hey, this is Jacob from the Los Angeles area, and I just had a question about the Apple TV. Like, I know it's supposed to work with like HomeKit and stuff, but like what do you know? Like any additional features that the new Apple TV might have that might work, better with all their devices and stuff? Just let us know in the Apple Byte. Thanks again. I love your show. Goodbye.
Guess what? We love you. So, cool question. Beyond HomeKit, what will the Apple TV do? I think that, what other things can you do with it? Clearly, it is part of HomeKit, but not really. But the fact that the Apple Watch is in the equation, they already have revealed that there's an Apple TV remote for the Apple Watch so that you can navigate and, with your watch.
That's an
instead
app
of-
in the watch.
Yeah,
right?
it's an app
So
in the
you just
watch.
talk to your watch.
They
Or do
show-
is it physical?
More like there's buttons like an up, down, left, right, and then a play, pause,
Hmm.
and a back. It's like the remote on your watch.
I see.
They showed it off when they first revealed the Apple Watch, and then they took it off their site. So it's kind of like, wait, what happened to that? And it clearly still exists.
That's a weird thing for Apple to do.
Yeah,
Have they ever done that before?
I mean, I feel like they've done similar small things where they put something up and taken it back, and then just because they're, well, we need to reveal that later, It wasn't major, but then I'm like, hey, where did that app go? Like, I remember vividly seeing that.
I don't know. I just think of Apple as such a fine-tuned, company. Like, how would they make a weird mistake like that? I don't know.
This guy that's harassing us, Ncum, or Ncum, it's Nkum, was all up, down, left, right, BA start. Does that do anything on... You know what? Clearly he doesn't use Apple devices. There ain't no B or A button.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, bro.
He's been playing too much Contra.
Step
Nintendo NES Contra.
Step your game up. If you're going to come to this party, step your game up. If the Periscope feed drops by one person, I hope it's Ncum. That's seriously how it spells his last name. I'm just pronouncing it. Someone has the giggles. All right. Let's actually go jump ahead. Intel Skylake, I've told everyone to wait before they buy any machines. Get a Skylake machine, okay? This newest thing, Intel had their conference over here in San Francisco. It's called IDF 2015. They revealed that their Skylake chips will be able to, and this is for their computers, will be able to drive 3 4K monitors from one single machine at 60 hertz. Now, this is crazy.
I need this.
This is crazy because it could be a laptop driving 3 4K monitors. Do you guys realize, like, past computers have only been able to drive, like, one 4K screen and at a lower hertz, at a lower refresh rate?
I need this because
Dude.
if you go by my desk, I have 8 monitors on my desk. No, I'm exaggerating, but I have lots of monitors to watch lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need this, and yeah, this would be awesome.
This is super cool.
That's a lot of processing power. I mean, that laptop is probably getting really hot. Right?
It might melt. if you didn't have, like, lap sores from your laptop before, you might after that.
You're gonna have burn marks.
Yeah. Another kind of fun story. Not sure if you heard about this or not. Kind of in the Apple world, Major League Baseball initially banned Kansas City's Royal manager Ned Yost from using an Apple Watch at games. Now, here's the ironic part. They actually gave him that Apple Watch as a gift for being the American League manager at the All-Star game. So Major League Baseball gave him this watch and then said, you can't wear the Apple Watch at baseball games.
It makes total sense to me.
What?
I totally understand why. Because you could send people information on the watch from the dugout.
Okay.
Why not?
But, okay, this is a good point. Very good point, Steven. He said he didn't even have his phone near him. In fact, he reiterated that when it's away from your phone, it's a watch. It's just a watch.
Yeah, but
It's
we
like
know
a
how
clock.
we know how sneaky professional sports teams are. Like the Patriots.
Wait, who? I feel like the Patriots are one of the most honest organizations because they have, when faced with these accusations, they have admitted them.
Okay.
Therefore,
like
they are
were
clean.
When they were filming, they had guys up in the
Practices.
stands filming practices and
To see the
filming
plays.
and
That's
yeah.
such garbage.
So you could do the same thing with Apple Watch. Send the coach a message, like a plain message on the Apple Watch. Hey, we need to pitch this guy inside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, hold up.
It's an unfair advantage.
I mean, I'm just thinking, okay, players can't have watches, right?
Can they?
So
They can't.
Cannot
Cannot at all.
So, okay, you realize that. So if someone was sending the message to are you saying like an observer out there watching, like a scout would be like, tell the manager, like, yo, you got to do this. That's what you're saying.
So yeah, I mean,
So like strategic things that
there could be.
they like, in any game, you really are given credit for figuring it out within the game, not with someone influencing it. Like a head coach has to make decisions on the fly, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be used for evil. Is what I'm saying. Any type of technology gets used for evil. So I think it's best to ban them in sports. I mean, I can see it for football because they do put they put the whole playbook on their arm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I could see it. I wonder if football would allow it, if they would allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they shouldn't be playing. Dude, football should not be playing with an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
That thing will
that's
just
true.
one single tackle.
It's all good, though. Tom Brady destroys all of his phones after every
Right.
couple months. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is a very interesting discussion.
So the resolution was that that Major League Baseball then rescinded and agreed to let coaches and managers wear Apple Watches, not players, but they did allow them to wear them during games as long as they were not being used for any communications of any sorts. The best part would be if like they were just sending like hearts to each other. They were doing the pulse. There's like during mid game, they're just like tapping 2 fingers on there and sending like a pulse. Or drawing like everyone's drawing like wiener pics on their Apple wrist for the drawings, and you're like, dude, what are you guys doing?
I'd be watching like highlight reels of people winning the World Series just to get inspiration. Just
like on your wrist,
yeah,
during a game, like right before you go up to bat.
Yeah, just watch some guy hit a home run and win the World Series. Like, who did that? Someone did that on the Red Sox a long time ago.
Really?
Maybe
like
not.
you got pumped up and then you hit it, or you're just making this up?
I'm trying to think of a guy who did that in real life.
So you're totally making this up.
Like
right
Kurt Gibson when he won he hit like a home run in the 9th inning for the Dodgers.
Destroyed the A's with that. I saw that live. It was crazy.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was limping. I mean, I was at the
that's
game.
right. Yeah, he was
Remember,
limping.
he was injured.
And he was like, going like this, like,
he's like chugging his arm, like, oh, and it was like, oh my gosh. When you're a kid, you don't realize how legendary that whole thing was.
It was
right?
legendary.
Right?
Yes.
That's legendary.
That's like something they're gonna play forever and ever.
Yeah. Okay, final story of the day, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you hanging out with us. Swatch grabs the One More Thing trademark as an apparent poke at Apple. Now, this is really crazy. So Apple does not own the trademark One More Thing. In fact, if you watch their keynotes over the past few years, they have stopped saying one more thing. They really have. They haven't done it very often.
Uh-huh.
If I recall right, I don't think Tim Cook has Tim Cook said one more thing.
I think he has, and it was very exciting when he did. I forget what it was though. It was like
was it the Apple Watch? Was the Apple Watch maybe?
Maybe it was within the last 2 years he did it,
Okay.
and we were all like, "Oh my God, he just won more thing!" Like it was like
you're right.
it was a big deal.
You're right. I'm totally. Sometimes this stuff becomes a blur to me. Anyways, this was discovered by patently Apple. The trademarks one more thing and swatch one more thing. Get it? Like watch one more thing. Were filed in November of 2014 by the Switzerland-based company. Published in May. Swatch trying to trademark Apple's phrase that they never trademarked. One more thing.
That's funny.
And they're kind of doing this because Apple is encroached on their territory, making a smartwatch. Swatch is like, what the hell?
It even kind of looks like an Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's just like trying to. There's Swatch's smartwatch. How hard is that to say? Swatch smartwatch.
Swatch smartwatch.
Say it 5 times fast.
Swatch smartwatch. I can't do it. I can't even do it twice.
Swatch smartwatch.
Swatch smartwatch.
Hold up.
Swatch smartwatch.
I got it. Okay, if you guys call in the number, if you're still listening to this podcast, you call in 1-800-616-2638, and you can say Swatch smartwatch 5 times really fast, clearly. The first person who does, I'm gonna give them some.
Yes, and don't record yourself and like produce
No,
it.
hell no.
Don't cheat.
Call in. We want to hear it. Say your name so that we know who you are. We'll show you love. Swatch smartwatch. It's really hard.
It's so hard.
It's not even easy.
Why would they trademark that? That seems like a waste of money. Who's saying Swatch smartwatch?
No one's no.
Oh no, wait. What?
Swatch one more
Swatch
thing.
one more thing. That is like, I think that's like a patent trolling.
It is
similar.
It is a total form of trolling. Anyways, good luck with that. We will be swatching how that all resolves itself.
Oh.
On
so
that,
if Tim Cook does ever say it, he'll have to pay a license fee, right? To swatch.
Yeah. I think Tim Cook should get back at them and say some stupid pun, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're swatching your every move.
What if he said it in Spanish? Uno más.
Swatching?
No, uno más thing. I don't know how to say thing in Spanish.
What is sir? I don't want to try. I don't want to offend our user base with making up words from a different language. It's just horrible. All right. I think that's going to do it for this week, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. That's Apple Byte Crunchy episode 5. We're calling it wraps. Again, all the things we want to expand on topics, talk on more topics. I'm Brian Tong. Steven, say goodbye to all the good people.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. We're not sure what time, though.
We'll figure it out.
We're still trying to figure that out.
We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. We'll see ya. Peace.
All right.
Nice.